Hi, welcome back to Quarter Life Problems with Mel, where I just get to talk about anything and everything that has to do with me. I'm just kidding. No, I've created this safe space for myself and a creative outlet where I can just talk about things that I'm going through, share my experiences, and hopefully that can help someone out or give someone a different perspective on things. And yeah, and hopefully it's also a way for me to just, it's a project, a passion project for myself to, you know, gain more confidence in public speaking and speaking in general, and as well as just the confidence of being on camera. And yeah, so hello, welcome back. I have been gone for a minute. Because I've been trying to think of like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? I have so many ideas, but then I'm like, I don't know what I want to talk about. Also, I'm feeling very bold, batty, very slick back because I just came back from the gym and I literally did like a slick back for my hair. So don't make fun of me. Yeah, I look like an egghead and I like keep seeing myself in the camera and I'm like, you look a little funny, but it's okay. I am my biggest hater, so if anybody wants to hate on me, you know what? So what? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, today I kind of want to talk about kind of just setting personal goals for May and stepping into my happiest, most confident self before I turn 23 in a month. That is so scary. Oh my god. I literally was thinking about this in April because I was like, oh my god, like my mom was asking me something about what I wanted for my birthday or what I wanted to do and whatnot, and I think I've already been planning my birthday since January, or not planning, but more so thinking about it since January, because every new year I'm always like, I have 6 months, you know, because like I have 6 months left, like fuck. And every single year I'm always like sad and upset because I feel like I don't know, like I just every single year, especially since my 20s, like I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? So I just want to be my happy version of myself, like my happiest version of myself, and just be okay and yeah, go into 23 with like setting new goals and having accomplished stuff that I've been needing or been meaning to do. And so yeah, today I'm kind of just going to talk about really kind of just a little rut I was in a couple months ago, so like January, February, and talk about kind of that experience and how I've just been meaning to turn things around. And so what steps and what goals I'm going to take in order to get to that point, or just more so to start that experience, right? And yeah, and talk about my goals for this month because, you know, like I said, I have a couple goals before I turn 23. So I'm a little scared. I'm a little nervous because I don't know, like I'm getting old. I'm just kidding. My mom, every time I tell my mom, I'm like, I'm getting old, mommy. Like, I don't know. Like, she's like, girl, be fucking for real. Like, you're not even there yet. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. Like, what do I have to worry about? Nothing. There's literally nothing for me to worry about. A couple months ago, like January, February, I was really going through it. I was going through it. Sorry, my neighbors, like, I don't know, like, if you can hear them, but my neighbor has a freaking dog who just barks at any other dog. I literally don't know what its problem is, but anyways, that's besides the point. So yeah, January, February, I was going through it. I was literally going through it because I was going through kind of a lot of stuff personally that not a lot of people know about, and not a lot of people, I don't really like to tell people kind of my problems or what I'm going through, just because I'm the type of person that I know that when I'm going through something, I need to do it by myself, and I'll tell someone when I'm ready, but I also will just like distance myself out. I'm very much that type of person of like, I can figure it out and I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to do it by myself no matter what, and I'm not going to talk to anybody because I'm going through it. Like, I need my own space. And so, yeah, I was going through a lot of changes. I think last year, graduating and moving back affected me so much that by the end of November, I think a lot of things changed. And I changed. I mean, I very much know that I changed as a person, especially going through like college experiences. And that damn dog. Anyways, I knew that I went through a lot of changes from college and having that college experience and meeting new people. Like, I changed. I mean, in good ways, but also in other ways where I'm like, oh, like, this is a new thing about myself. I'm like, I didn't know I was like this, or why am I so emotional now, or why am I this, So I changed, and coming back home, I think was just like such a big transition that I felt like I just felt lost. I felt a bit like, fuck, like, what do I do? I feel stuck. And that's, I think that's literally how I want to explain it, that after like coming back home, I just felt stuck, and I feel stuck, and that's where I'm like, no, this is where it needs to stop. You're not gonna feel stuck anymore. And I think I just had like so much in mind of like, after graduation, I'm like, I'm gonna get this job, I'm gonna apply, like, I'm gonna get all these jobs and interviews and this, knowing that the job market's so bad. Like, I was like, oh, like, I'm gonna do all of these things, I'm gonna be back home with my friends from back home, I'm gonna hang out with them, and I'm gonna go through all these experiences with him and whatnot. And I had this thing of like, I'm gonna get my life together, I'm gonna have a job, I'm gonna have money, income, like, ooh, all these things. But then a lot of stuff just like, it was like not going the way it was planned, right? Because you can plan things so much, but really a lot of things may come your way. Like, there's gonna be so many obstacles. For example, the job market's so bad, it's terrible, that it's hard to even find a job. People are hiring, but they're not actually hiring, or, whatever, right? And it's been very difficult. The transition being back home has been difficult too. Even now, it's like, okay, it's in August, it's gonna be a year, and I can't say I'm a recent graduate, and that's even more difficult. And then, I have all these things, and just having to learn how to be back home, navigate your friendships again, because people have changed and people have become a better version of themselves, or have become completely different people, and that is totally okay because we're all growing and evolving, right? And yeah, I got to a point where I felt stuck. I felt stuck because I had all these ideas at the end where I was realizing, like, okay, I don't necessarily just want to do this. Like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, or I don't want this year to be all about just having to work. I want to go back to, like, for example, I have so many ideas of, like, I want to go back to school. I want to make new friends, because that's what I was so comfortable doing in college as well, where I got to meet people and see people and talk to people and make these connections. It's like, I want to make new friends. I also want to rekindle old friendships and talk to people that I used to talk to, and leave a lot of resentment behind, because I feel like I built up so much resentment in so many things that I'm like, like, that is affecting me too much as well, and it's affecting me and how I, connect with people. And I want to take courses for fun. I want to get a certificate in, like, I don't know, graphic design. I want to do something artsy and cute. I want to journal. I want to run. I want to run a marathon. I want to travel, even though I don't have fucking money. I want to see my friends that I miss so much from college, because I made some really, really good best friends. And I know, I want to do all this stuff, right? And it's all in my head. And yeah, I felt stuck because I'm like, where do I start? Right? And so it started with the lack of motivation of like, okay, I'm being inconsistent with my routine. I had a routine from college and I had a schedule, and now I don't have that because I'm transitioning into moving back in with my parents, and navigating this whole thing of who I am now after school. And I was just being so hard on myself too. Like, I'm like, damn, like, you can take it easy. Like, enjoy this moment because you're not gonna get it back. Like, you never know if you'll even get it back, girl. Like, it's okay. And another thing that I was really, really struggling with in January and February, and it started from November, was kind of my self-image. I have always struggled with my body and my self-image and self-esteem, as well as body dysmorphia since like high school, I think. And I started really having issues with that last year again. Like, and in November, I felt really shitty about that, and I felt really bad about it for myself. And I was also having some like health issues, health problems that I needed to fix up. Like, I needed to fix up my gut. And yeah, I started getting back into bad eating habits. And by bad eating habits, I mean sometimes even like starving myself or not fueling my body and not, or binge eating, or getting back into those bad eating habits that I shouldn't have been getting into. And I'm like, no, like, as a girl who goes to the gym or has started running, I should not be doing that to myself. I need to be fueling my body. I need to feel good. And yeah. And I kept telling myself, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better. I'm going to do better. But there was this disconnect of what I was saying or what I want to do versus what I'm going to do, right? Every single time it was something like, oh, like, I want to do this. For example, I want to get back into school. I want to go back to school, or I want to continue learning because I feel like I've just been rotting, right? And that is very true. But I'm like, I want to go back to school. Like, even if it's community or like take a class or take this, I want to do this. Okay, what are you going to do about it? But then every time it would be like, oh, well, tomorrow, like, you know, I don't know how my week is going to look like. I don't know if I'm going to get a job in the next month. I can't start school, and what if I get a job in the next month? Or I don't know how that will look like in the next week or so, because what if, you know, something comes up, right? It's always this like, oh, I don't know how the future is going to look like. I don't know how, like, it's going to look like in 3 months. I don't know how it's going to look like in 4 months. Like, no, right? It's like, if I want to do it and I want to start somewhere, I should start now. If a better opportunity comes later, like, I'll just take that opportunity later, and that's okay. It's okay to start stuff and maybe put a pause on it and not feel guilty about it, right? And so it was just like, it was this whole thing of like, oh my God, I have all these ideas and I'm stuck and I want to do this, but I'm also feeling like this, so that's why I'm also stuck. And it's just like this whole thing of like, I'm all talk about starting my goals and starting and wanting to live certain experiences, but never actually committing to them. I'm like, damn, do I have commitment issues? Ooh! But yeah. And it took an emotional toll on me and a mental toll, because it just impacted a lot of like my routine. A lot of my routine of like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do today, so I don't know, you know, like, oh, I don't know how tomorrow's going to look like. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, or I don't really have nothing going on tomorrow. I'm like, okay, then do it, right? But I'm also like, no, I'm stuck because I feel like this. And it's just like, no, like, that's not how it should be, girl. Like, do whatever you want to do tomorrow, even if it's just one single little thing, or if it's just going out on a walk. Plan something out, like something that will make you feel better, something that will start making you get out of this rut, because there's no way you can live like this for the next year, for the next couple of months, right? And so I really learned a lot about myself in that moment of like, okay, I can have my moments. I can have this time to be sad. I can give myself a week, a couple days, and I gave myself months to be sad, right? But I need to get out of it. and I can talk to as many people. And I didn't let myself talk to people and let people know, like, hey, this is what I'm going through. Because I personally have always, like, figured stuff out by myself. And I think it's that older daughter mentality, like the oldest daughter mentality of, like, I can do this shit by myself and I'll figure it out and I'll have it figured out. Right now I'm just stuck. And no one else can do it for me. So, like, I'll figure it out. Like, that's just my mentality. And I sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, I don't know how to get out of it, because I'm like, I can't be living like that. Like, if I need help, I can ask for help, and it's okay to ask for help, right? And so I really learned that, like, I always go back to having moments of being sad and upset and reflecting on my life every couple of months, like every 6 months. Because I think I've noticed that for the past 2 years, like, every time it's a new year, I get into that phase of, like, I'm reflecting and I'm sad and I'm upset and I'm being very hard on myself. And this year is where I'm like, I can't be like this no more. Like, it's okay to, I'm very melancholic, very nostalgic as well. And I'm very, like, I get into my own little cocoon and I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that, right? And that's what I learned about myself. And it's okay to be like that, but also at the same time, you know, enjoy the moments that you're living in right now, and, like, just do what you have to do and start what you have to start, even if it's going to take time. And even if you don't know how it's going to look like in the next week or in the next month, like, just start whatever you want to do. And so, yeah, I think that's where I really needed to do a shift, right? Of, like, okay, I'm done. Enough is enough. Like, I've been sad for 3-4 months. That is way more than enough, you know? And so, yeah, I was like, no, I'm done. And so it's really about thinking about, okay, what can I do every single day, or what changes can I start to make to have small wins and shift this type of mindset. Because I can't, you know, again, like I said, I can't be doing this. I can't be doing this for the rest of the year. And so a lot of that was just, like, I think something that really started helping me out. I think in a lot of ways people do not get it, and it's totally okay, right? I had to distance myself from a lot of people for a couple of months, because from everybody. Shit, I literally fell off the face of the earth for months because I was like, damn, girl, like, I just need to leave. I'm done. And a lot of people sometimes don't get kind of how certain people sometimes handle different situations. And yeah, I feel like for me, I'm very much the type of person that I need to handle things on my own. And I really need to reflect on things, if people have hurt me or if I have hurt people as well, because I need to reflect to be able to make sure that I am good whenever a conversation needs to be had. And I don't want to be acting out on impulse. Like, yeah, for certain things I can impulsively do, but I also don't want to act on impulse because I'm upset or I'm mad or I'm emotional or I'm in a moment where I'm not okay. And sometimes people don't understand that, and that is totally okay. I'm very much the type of person that I think I've gone through different experiences with different people where I'm like, okay, this person handles this situation like this, and that does this. And sometimes I'm like, well, I wouldn't do that. But I'm also, at the same time, I put myself in those shoes and I'm like, who knows? Like, who am I to judge why people act the way they act, or, you know, maybe do certain things, because I don't know really if they're deeply going through something else that I don't know. And so, yeah, I think another thing is really just not caring anymore about other people's opinions and just doing stuff for myself. I think, for example, I've been wanting, I'm like, a creative side of me that I've loved, that I've always, like, enjoyed, is just being creative in the way of, like, filming videos, or, like, editing videos, or acting like I'm doing a little vlog, or you know. And I did, like, I I made an Instagram account like as my spam to kind of just be able to do that like freely with my friends. But I'm like, no, like I want to do this for the world. But I'm just kidding. No, I'm like, I want to do this for the world. Not like in a way of like I'm trying to be an influencer or, no, because who am I to influence people? Like, you do whatever you want to do and buy whatever you want to buy. But it's really like finding the joy in those type of stuff, right? And so it's really like, what do I want to do? And creatively, I'm like, I want to be so creative. I want to do videos. I want to edit videos. I want to do vlogs, or I want to take pictures. I'm into photography, or I don't know, like I want to paint and draw, and something about that I feel like grounds me. And so it's really just doing the things for myself. And I think for a long time as well, I've been like, who else? Like, I need a friend to do it. I having always this mindset of like, I need a friend to do this with. I need to be doing this with a friend, or I need to be doing this with my whole group of friends. But truly, sometimes it's like people have their own life, and I can't just be waiting around for people to like do something with me. For example, I want to go to try out a new matcha place. I'm going to go out with this friend because she's more available and this other person is not. But then also like overthinking of how that's going to affect my other friendships. But there's no need to like overthink that stuff. If someone's available, go ahead. If no one's available, also go ahead, because girl, that's what you want to do, right? And so it's really kind of just not waiting on people and doing things for myself. And I hope people don't take that personally, because at the end of the day, it's like, you got to do what you got to do, like, to do what's best for you. And taking in that joy and confidence and action, even if maybe I didn't do the right decision, or maybe I didn't approach that the correct way, but just really like enjoying what you need to do for yourself and to make you feel better. And so yeah, I did distance myself. I felt off the face of the earth for a couple months, and people did notice. People might have taken that personally. Or, there was a lot of also other stuff that there's not a need for me to talk about it on here. But, people hurt other people, and it's fine. We go through these things and we take shit personally. But at the end of the day, it's like, girl, like, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? And so, yeah, I feel like really there was a time where I'm just like, I can't talk to anybody. Like, there's most of the time when I go through stuff by myself, I'm just like doing it by myself. The only person that really knows a lot of what I'm going through might be my mom. But like, even then, my parents don't get much of an insight as to how my day looks like or how I feel throughout the day. And by the end of the day, they may see me like, oh, she's like fine, she's giggling, she's laughing, she did this. But truly, it's like, maybe I cried, like, maybe I had a sad moment, like, I don't know. But yeah, and so for the month of May, and in April, I really was like, I need to shift things around. I need to talk to the people that I need to clear things up with. For the month of May, I just want to be good. I want to feel good. It's gonna be a month away before my birthday. I want to be the best version of myself, and not even the best version of myself. I just want to be the happiest version of myself and feel okay and be okay and just like literally not have a care in the world for anything else other than like myself and how I'm feeling and if I'm doing good. And so a couple goals that I have for May is rekindling old friendships, reaching out to people again, or making new friends. Or making new friends from the old friendships I used to have. I think a lot of the times we have this mindset of like, which can be a little bit toxic and negative, where we think of like, oh, I haven't talked to that person. Or me and that person are not that close anymore. We kind of drifted apart. We're not friends anymore. I wouldn't call her my friend. And true, you might not be as close as friends as you used to. You might not know much about them anymore. You might just be more acquainted than you are. But truly, it's like, I don't want to see things like that anymore in that perspective. For example, last week, no, not last week, this week, I hung out with an old friend. She used to be part of our friend group from high school, but she kind of disappeared years ago and had her own friends, had her own experiences, had her own life, did what she had to do. And that is totally okay. And to be honest, if she's listening to this, I'm like, I grew resentment for a little bit because I was like, well, she's not my friend anymore. Like, she left the group. Or, well, she's not my friend anymore because we're not close like that. Or we're completely unaligned. And me and her are completely different people. I mean, we have things in common. We have shared experiences in common as well. But we're completely different people in the way sometimes we see life, in the way we sometimes see experiences, as well as the way what we have experienced is completely different. You know, I moved away and went to a school far away. She stayed here back to school, but now is doing something more artistic and something not really traditional, and she's doing what she's got to do. Like, she has a completely different set of group of friends from what we were used to, and she's very much her own person. Like, she can be too much sometimes, but she is her own person, right? And at the end of the day, who am I to judge her? Like, she's lived and had her own experiences. And I grew some resentment towards her just because I hadn't talked to her in a long time and she left. And I never questioned that. I never had an experience. And never had or got an explanation from that. And that was me being also a bad friend. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't take accountability for it. I've been a bad friend for the past couple of months to a lot of people because I haven't been able to show up for myself. And so I can't show up for people. And I've made mistakes, and I've just made people feel worse. But as well as also people have made me feel bad. And that's where I'm like, okay, no. Like, I need to make a change. And so really just reconnecting with people that I feel like I've grown a bit of resentment. And it's not even about talking to them about that. It's just getting to know who they are again. Getting to learn who they are as people and accept them for who they are. We may not click. I don't want to be your best friend, or maybe I don't want to, I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it, but truly, that's what I want to do. I want to know people again for who they are now in life. And it's okay if we don't click. It's okay if we're not meant to stay in touch anymore. But really just seeing who they are first and letting go of that resentment, or maybe just letting go of things that I've held in the past, because truly it's not important nowadays. Like, we only have so much time in this life that we need to do better, and we need to let go of things, and we need to be okay and happier. And so yeah, and I feel like I've actually started doing that, and so that's my goal for May, and hopefully to maintain that for the rest of my life. And yeah, I've rekindled with another old friend from middle school who I've known since elementary, and that was also such a wonderful experience. I think it literally healed something in me, because she was my best friend in middle school and the person that I went to high school with. And that's a whole nother story as well. But, like, just getting to know who she is and what she's doing in life right now, how she's doing in life, and, like, getting the tea and hearing about her life and hearing about her experiences, it healed something in me, because I'm like, okay, like, I had resentment because you left, or we weren't friends anymore, or we weren't hanging out anymore, and I envisioned this life for us in high school and college and whatnot. But it's okay. We all had to, like, go through our different and take our own paths and really live life completely differently. But it's just so, like, exhilarating to just see how people are doing and what they're doing and what they're up to. And I've enjoyed it, and hopefully I continue doing that and keeping up and catching up with people, and yeah. So that's one of my main goals for May. So yeah, may I make new friends and rekindle old friendships. And really, another goal is really just improving my relationship with my body, and food, because again, like I said, that was something that I hope to go more deeper into it in another episode, but really just not getting back into those habits. Like, I'm gonna fuel my body because I need to eat and I need to have a good relationship. I don't want to be counting calories. I don't want to have that mindset of I need to lose weight, or I need to maintain weight, or I need to gain weight, or no, do what I need to do and what's best for my body. And yes, I'm also a woman. I'm going to have bad days too. I'm going to have days where I don't feel my best in clothes, or I feel like I don't look good, or I feel like I don't look good in pictures, and it's okay. But doing like little things that like will make me feel better, right? Like staying consistent in the gym, not because I need to lose or gain weight, but staying consistent because I want to be strong. I want to feel strong, and I want to feel healthy, right? It's a privilege to literally move your body and go on a run, and it's literally, it's such a experience that people need to live through, and just move your body and do what makes you feel good, even if it's like going on a walk, going on a run, going to the gym for 30-45 minutes, or doing an exercise from YouTube and whatnot, right? It's really just having that great relationship and going hand in hand with food of like, okay, we're okay. If I'm hungry, I'm hungry. If I'm not, I'm not. And if you want a snack, go. If you want a sweet treat, go get that sweet treat, girl. Like, you don't need to guilt yourself, right? And if you had a fun night with your girlfriends, or you went out to drink, that is not the end of the world either, right? And so that's something that I'm like also hoping to continue on in the month of May. And I did start, doing that a lot more so in like February, which is why running has helped me. And so like another goal is really to stay consistent with my routine, such as working out and going on runs, and continuing my training plans, and really be dedicated to that. Because sometimes, life comes in the way all the time, but like really just staying consistent, and even being a little selfish. Being selfish and being like, you know what, I can't. I'm not going to go out, or I'm not going to do that. And so then, as I was saying, really just staying consistent with your activities and physical activities, or even just activities in general that you love to do, whether it be like journaling, or even me right now, like having this little podcast is just more so for myself. Yeah, because it makes me feel good, and I have felt so much better, and I have felt more at peace. And I feel like for me, the gym and running is really just like a physical outlet where I can just go and stress relieve and really not think about anything and other than myself, and yeah. So yeah, another goal is really also just letting go of that constant overthinking, because I literally that's literally what drove a lot of my big emotions to me distancing myself, as well as just not feeling okay with myself. And not overthinking, but also not also doing things for myself. That whatever I'm going through, while it may be not something that anybody else has experienced, or something that people don't know or don't understand exactly what I'm going through, is completely valid, and to never make anybody else feel that they are shallow for going through whatever they're going through, and that you don't need to explain yourself. I feel like a lot of the times that overthinking in me, I'm like, I need to explain myself. I need to give an excuse, or I need to explain myself why I'm not going out, or why I'm not doing this, or why I don't want to do it. If I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, or I don't want to go out, or I don't feel like going out, and that is okay. That and if they take that personal, well, that's on them, really, right? And it's just like letting go of that fear of overthinking, of like having to please people, and doing something that's maybe I'm not really up to doing right now. and not taking that personal either. Like, if people do that to me, not taking it personal. And yeah, and doing things for myself. If I need space, I need space. If I need time, I'm going to take that time for myself. If I just want to be with my own self, or I want to be with other people, that is totally okay, you know? I feel like sometimes people don't understand what we're going through, and sometimes it's okay. It's not that even that you have to understand. It's like, just accept that I'm going through something right now, and when I'm ready, I'll come to you. If you let me come to you, or if you're open to that idea, you know? And yeah, to never feel guilty about kind of what you're going through, because I feel like me also, like, January, February, I felt so guilty apart from friend stuff that was going on, like friendship and relationship things. I was also going through my own things, and I felt so guilty for just not having the time to show up for people. I'm like, I can't even show up for myself right now. I genuinely couldn't show up for myself. And I needed to start and doing changes and doing things for myself. And I needed space. And for a time I was like overthinking. I'm like, oh my god, like, this is not good. Oh my god, people are gonna think I'm a bad friend, or people, and maybe, yes, I was being a bad friend, and maybe I wasn't and I also wasn't communicating, and my approach on things wasn't the best as well, and taking accountability for that is what I really needed to do. But also understanding that, you know what, I'm having my moment and I'm having my time, and right now I'm learning something new about myself and what I'm going through, and I don't need to feel guilty about it. And when I'm ready to talk about it, I will talk about it, and that everything I'm going through is valid, and if people don't accept it or don't understand it, that is totally okay, and it's okay. It's never shallow. It's never, you know, it's not something that's not important. If it's important to you and deeper to you, that is okay. And it may not be as deep to anybody else, but if that is important to you, do what you have to do, right? And so yeah, really that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm just, like, again, staying consistent with my routines has helped me a lot. So I would really, again, if you're stuck somewhere, just start somewhere. I don't know, like, if you want to go back to school, like, start by doing the research, or like by talking to an advisor, or talking to other people that have been in that same experience, right? For example, me, I want to get back into school. What did I do? Start doing the research. I want to start studying for an exam that I need to take for the master's program. Okay, how do I start? Well, you start by getting the damn books, so go get the damn books, right? So it's things like that. If I want to run a half marathon, how do I start? Go on a 1 mile run today. Go and stay consistent. Maybe do that twice a week, 3 times a week. Okay, but, you know, like, when do I sign up? Sign up now. If it's in a couple of months, sign up now and you start your training plan, right? It's like things like that I was like, girl, you cannot wait until, like, tomorrow. Like, you don't even know if you'll be here tomorrow. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, do it now because you have to. So that's literally, like, the pep talk I had to do with myself every damn day in January, February, and March. And now I feel like I've got it. Like, I'm like, I don't have it figured out, but I got it, and I'm good, and I'm okay, and I'll be okay. Like, that's what I just have to keep reminding myself. And so yeah, again, you don't need to wait for a new fucking year to set new goals. You can literally set new goals every week, every month, every day. Like, and they don't have to be, you could have your long-term goals, but you can have your short-term goals, and your short-term goals are just as important as anything else. And any moment can literally just be your turning point. Again, like I said, April, I was like, I'm done being sad. I'm done. Like, I'm done feeling this way, and I'm done feeling so shitty about myself, and I'm done feeling so guilty for everything that I'm going through. But literally, you can change at any moment. I encourage you to really just reflect on your goals. I feel like, who am I to, like, tell you what to do, because I don't know either. Like, I don't know how I even got there. But truly, I guess if I were to give you advice, or like if I were to tell you, like, or what to do. Not what to do, but like what you would like to, like if you would like to start something new or make a change. Really just reflect on your goals, and it's okay to be stuck. Also, that too. It's okay to be stuck for a little while. You know, I was stuck for 3 months. Heck, probably even more. And I went through so much in just such a short amount of time. And I feel like for the most part, I invalidated that for myself, like to myself. I was like, girl, that's not important. Girl, who cares about that? Like, girl, you're dramatic or this. No, if it's important to you, it's important to you. Don't invalidate whatever you're going through. If someone else makes you feel like that, it's maybe that's not the person that you can go talk to about that, right? And that is okay, you know, but don't make anybody make you feel like you're like guilty or invalidate whatever you're going through. Set your goals, reflect on your mistakes, reflect on, you know, maybe what you should have done, what you shouldn't have done, and what approach you should do, or what approach you should have made, how you can do better for the future, and set them for yourself and just show up for yourself. Again, like, I know everybody is like, oh my god, like, I've heard this before, but truly, like coming from me, I went through that. And so it's like, just show up for yourself. And it's okay. It's okay to take space. It's okay to fall off the face of the earth for a little while and not let people know what you're going through. Or it's okay to not tell people what you're doing, you know, but do it for yourself. And as long as you're being happy and you feel great, that is what matters. And once you feel like you achieved something, or you feel like you have great news and you want to share that with the world, that is okay too. It's okay to, you know, maybe not tell people every single thing that you're doing, because you don't know if you're going to accomplish it, or if you don't know if you're going to get there yet, or you want to wait until something better comes. But also celebrate those moments. Celebrate what you have achieved. Celebrate what you have done. If you woke up in the morning, tell your best friend, hey girl, I woke up in the morning. Great, congratulations, because you're alive and you're here and you're thriving and you're living and you're gonna be your best version of yourself today and tomorrow and the next day. Okay? Like, literally just find the joy in the small moments. Like, literally, even like me, it's like I fell off a lot of stuff, and I remember when, like, December, January, I was so excited about making these matchas at home, because I don't have money for matcha every day. But I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make matcha at home. And when I got sad, I just couldn't even do that. There were days where I'm like, I can't even have breakfast. I don't feel like having breakfast. I don't feel like doing this for myself. I don't feel like shopping. I don't feel like doing the little girly things I love to do. I don't feel like doing my makeup. Literally. And I think about it, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I get so emotional for myself, because I'm like, you enjoyed those things, and because you went through so much emotionally, you just kind of like fell off. But enjoy those moments, those small moments. Like, for me, it's like, if I find the joy in making a matcha for myself this morning, and that's all I have going for me today, that's good. Make the matcha delicious as fuck. Like, go buy the ingredients that you need to do to, like, make it better. I'm not going nowhere, but you know what? I'm going to get ready and do my makeup and, you know, get a cute outfit on, even if I'm going to be sitting in my couch all day. But it makes me feel good. And finding the joy in those little things and those little moments. And yeah, just, like, do what you have to do for yourself and enjoy it. It'll be fine. I know I'll probably be coming on here with, like, another damn problem of, like, I'm going through this, or, like, I feel stuck again, you know, and it's okay. It's gonna be a constant, again, our life is a constant cycle of just feeling stuck, thinking like you have so many ideas, you can't do things, and that you only have to go through one path, but literally you can do whatever you want to do. You have your whole life ahead of you, and that is something that I'm constantly reminding myself. Okay? Okay? So yeah, I wanted to say thank you so much for listening to this podcast episode. Thank you for supporting me if you have been listening since the beginning, because, you know, Thank you. Like, fuck. Like, I'm gonna get emotional. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah. Thank you for listening. And again, this is just my experience. This is just what I've been through. Hopefully, to give you another perspective, or just give you, yeah, literally another look on things, and maybe hopefully give you advice, or not. You can whether you take the advice or you not, or whether you listen to me or not. It's really up to you. But again, I invite you to share your own goals with me, whatever you have for this month or for the next month. And yeah, thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for supporting me if you have been since the beginning. And yeah, we shall see when I post the next episode, because I'm not like consistent on here. That's one thing about me, I'm not consistent on here. But we shall see when I post, and I'll see you in the next episode. And yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, that was Quarter Life Problems with Mel. Okay, peace out. Bye.